Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee in Hand. I'm your host, Erica Lamberto. And today, sitting with me is Keith Brown. He is the founder and owner of Community Lens Media. Thank you so much for joining me
Absolutely.
today.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to have you on.
I appreciate you having me.
I think you're doing so many amazing things in the community. Um, Give us kind of a look back at how you got your start in the industry.
Just in the content creation industry or just in general?
In general, you can start as far back as you want to go.
So, I'm trying to think where I would start. So I worked for the City of Utica Youth Bureau for the last 15 years. And then I also, with that, I was a butcher, actually, believe it or not, at Price Chopper. So right out of high school, I was a butcher at Price Chopper. And at the same time, I was working seasonally for the city. So I got the retail work, and then I did a little bit of like the civil service work, and that kind of transitioned into really just working with people. The media stuff kind of took off during COVID. I was a butcher for almost 10 and a half years, and then transitioned full time into a City of Utica Youth Bureau position, civil service job. And then COVID happened. So then COVID happened. Literally, I mean, I kind of skipped around a little bit, but like that first from like 20 to 30, I was in retail and working for the city. And then from like 30 on is when COVID happened. And that's kind of where I got into the media stuff and the content creation, just out of boredom, really, just out of boredom and having nothing to do and wanted a creative outlet to kind of tell my story and show my personality a little bit. So that's kind of how I got into the content creation, really out of boredom and COVID happening, literally. So it was really organic, really organic.
And what's your favorite part of content creation? What kind of inspired you to, start getting into that kind of work?
So during COVID, and we were just talking about it off camera, there weren't a lot of places you can go eat. So me and my buddies, we were like, let's go to the spots that are actually open and spotlight them. And at the time, we didn't know that we'd be creating content. We were just trying to make fun videos online and showcase the spots that were actually open. So literally, we started during COVID going to these places with the mask on,
Mhm.
trying out these different food, literally with like selfie videos, just talking about the food and rating it. And we'd post it. And at first, we didn't think that anybody was actually watching. But literally, we know as the weeks gone, the views would grow and people would start sending us messages like, "Where are you guys going next week? Where are you going?" And this is all during COVID. And you got to think too, there wasn't a lot of stuff on TV, so everyone's on their phones scrolling. So the content we were producing locally, that was like entertainment for people. So as the weeks gone, we just kept going with it, and it kept growing, and literally, like it got to the point where once COVID opened, all these places started reaching out to us like, "Come to our restaurant, come spotlight it. We like what you guys were doing during COVID. Come create some cool content." And what started as just a fun thing I was doing with my buddies kinda grew into this machine, excuse me, of, like, content creation. Going to all these local places, and now it's like a full-blown, like, media and marketing thing that we do. Aside from just the food places, now, I've grown with 2 different networks, Eat Local and Love Living Local, 315, and now it's bigger than just food. Showcase everything now locally, and we give recognition to all the stuff that doesn't normally get a light shed on it. And we're having fun with it because we're connecting with so many people.
Well, I think that's the most important thing is like having fun where it's like it doesn't feel like you're working, right? Like,
Feel like work. It doesn't feel like work.
Oh, and I was gonna say because of some of the things you posted, we work with Philomena's and
Absolutely.
we carry their sandwiches, and I saw you posted about the Anna.
The Anna.
Yes.
That's the, what's that? The chopped Italian. Because they don't do that a lot of places. That's, the only place I've seen that is in New York City, where they do the chopped, mixed cold cut sandwiches. Everything's on it's almost like tuna.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it's everything. It's weird, but they do it really well over there. Really, really well. All their sandwiches are good though.
But because I saw that, I was talking to my husband, I was like, "This sandwich sounds delicious. We need to carry it." So now we carry it.
Are you serious?
Yes, we have it here at
So what
Columbia.
do they
Yeah.
do? What do they pre-make it for you
Yes.
guys?
Yep. So they like the chopped Anna wrapped, so you can like come stop in Clobbery and get.
So that was inspired from a Keith Brown video?
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And also, I saw you were at like Georgia's the other day, and
Yes.
I had no idea they had pizza there, and I'm like,
A lot of people
mind
don't.
blown.
A lot of people don't. And
Amazing.
that's why I started doing what I do, like with these food places, because there's hidden gems that people go to all the time that they don't know what's on their menu. You know what I mean? So like I want to shed a light on that stuff and really give these people recognition. They put in a lot of work in a lot of these food places. And there's a lot of history there too, especially places like Giorgio's. People only know them for the Riggies and Greens. Like you just said, no one would know that they have pizza there, but they got a amazing personal 7, 8 inch pizza. They call it the California style. That I think is one of the best in the city.
Yeah. It's
It's amazing.
it's so cool. It's so cool.
Amazing.
Do you feel like that's probably one of the most rewarding parts of content creation is just being able to, highlight and get to know other, local businesses and people?
I think that for sure because you get to connect and build with people. I like connecting and building with like-minded individuals and people kind of doing what we're doing or kind of see things the way we see it. But yeah, that's a rewarding part for sure. The relationships, building that social capital, if you will, locally, and having those relationships, I think are crucial.
Any like upcoming projects or collaborations you can share?
So I'm actually working on a short film about Utica, and it's almost done.
That's
Yeah, it's cool because it's not like my story, but it's like a story through my eyes and how I kind of see Utica in a positive way. And I touch a little bit about my journey. It's actually like 13 or 14 minutes long. I'm gonna release it on YouTube, but it's a cool story. I voice over the whole thing. Um, there's a few final touches we got to put on it, but yeah, that's probably the next biggest thing you're gonna see me release. You'll see little bits and pieces. I got a trailer coming out in a couple weeks, but that's a cool project that I'm really excited about because that even started during COVID. You know what I mean? Like literally like 6, 7 years ago, I started building this idea and then taking all these clips from COVID till now and kind of piecing this together. And it's like a full like montage of like a Keith Brown story, and it's cool. So that's I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm excited about that for sure. But I'm still like, I mean, as far as like projects that I'm working on, we're always constantly grooming something and we got something in the works. I'm actually interviewing a couple legendary local coaches in the area to kind of tell their story and highlight what they've done and the impact they've had on the youth. That's I'm very excited about. That's the segment I have with Love Living Local Coaches Corner. So what we do is we talk to like tenured coaches, people who are like got ties to the area locally, and again, it made an impact in the youth's lives and share a similar philosophy I do as a coach. So that's one thing I'm very, very passionate about right now, the Coach's Corner segment.
I can't wait to see that because
Yeah.
it's well, and I feel like as a coach, you can have such an impact, a lasting impact
Sure,
on,
absolutely.
you know, anyone you come into contact with in that position. I mean,
Absolutely. And that started even, like I said, working for the city when I was working for the youth bureau. So what we did for the youth bureau, we provide like programs for the kids, after school programs. It's like a boys and girls club vibe. We do we oversee all the public pools in Utica during the summer, all the playgrounds, and we provide different programming and stuff for the youth. So that was always cool to me to be a part of that. And then being able to have that retail experience. So working with the public, working with people, then working with the youth. So now this marketing and media stuff's coming natural to me because I've always served people in any role that I've been in, whether it was a butcher, whether it was working for the city, whether it's what I'm doing now in this content creation space. It's all about impact and connecting with people. That's my thing. That's my niche.
and speaking of working with the community, like you were just touching on, you do work and do a lot for the community. Is there
Absolutely.
any like specific like upcoming initiatives that you
So
have
I do
happening
a
there?
lot of like side like event coverage stuff. So we got the Munson Art Festival coming up. I do some media there, just cool content, kind of recap the event. Excuse me. There's a couple basketball tournaments locally that I'll be covering those events. So I do event coverage for the community. I do a bunch of like personal like private party stuff. There's a couple grad parties I'm doing. And that's like the one-off stuff that I kind of do with Community Lens Media. The big thing that I really want to keep growing is just the relationships I have with all these local business owners. I want to build an ecosystem, like have a coffee shop, have a burger place, have a auto mechanic. You know what I mean? Like all locally owned, kind of doing business with me and building a I wanna say like a content creation like pipeline, you know what I mean? And I wanna teach like aspiring creators and young people how to create content. And then the businesses that don't have a big marketing budget, here's a kid that I train.
Right.
Boom, place these kids. different places. That's a goal. I wanna keep doing that. 'Cause I actually and I forgot to mention, I was teaching, content creation at MVCC once a month during the school year with the, STEM students, and that was fun. That was because these kids are all bright-eyed, they got their
Yeah.
phones in their hands, and they wanna learn how to create, and I'm teaching them at the basic level. I call it the smartphone toolkit. So it's everything that I learned with during COVID,
Mhm.
I teach these kids, all the basic editing skills, how to grow a social media presence, how to capture content, and how to deliver your message on camera. Like the basic stuff that most people overlook before they get in front of a camera. So that's, something I'm real passionate about now.
Well, I feel like that's something too, like in today's world with operating a business that's so critical is being able to be comfortable with content creation, and not
Absolutely.
every business owner is comfortable with that. So having like, a marketing company they can reach out to and
Sure.
being able to like mentor our youth. Like
Exactly.
as a business owner, I have all like young females and most of them in their 20s who work for me. I
Absolutely.
take, like, being a mentor to them and giving them advice
It's
and, like,
amazing.
trying to help them, like, I know this is, like, a stepping stone for them onto whatever their
Yeah,
journey and, like, whatever comes next for them, but I want it to be a positive experience where they feel like they can learn and grow and gain
absolutely.
things from being here
And
whatever times
this will be a chapter for them that they won't forget, whatever they learn from you. Just learning in this work environment, running a small business. You probably both do things that they see and you don't even realize they see and they're picking up on, the little things, and that's important, being a role model or example for the people who work under you.
Yes, I think that's the
Yes.
biggest thing is, like, leading by example, like,
Yeah,
not just saying, "This is how to do it," or "This is what you should do,"
yeah,
but, like, showing them,
for sure, for sure.
this is how we do it. This is how."
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think you guys. I mean, I've walked in here, I think you guys got pretty good team around here because 'cause I've been in here times and I don't see you guys, but there's still the operation's still going,
Yeah.
smoothly, and I think that speaks to how you're training your people and the standards you guys are setting.
Yeah, thank you for saying that.
100%, keep doing what you're doing, for sure.
And I know you were saying about, incorporating and working with all the other, like, local businesses.
Absolutely.
I know you reached out to me about the app that
Yeah, so
you're launch Yes,
Yeah, 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 I'm glad you brought that up.
yes.
So Muju Community, partner of mine, actually a buddy, he's actually, so he works for SBDC. His name's Uj. He owns Muju International Groceries, and we came up with this idea to eliminate, like, the big corporate platforms. Not eliminate, but, like, provide our own local platform for local businesses to eliminate that 25 to 30% commission costs
Right,
that you pay. So he actually he writes code, he codes, and he developed this website where small business owners can or people can actually place orders with small business owners who are part of our network. And it's cool because there's 0 convenience fee, 0 commission, and it's literally just for locals. No big chain. Like, you're not gonna go on this platform and see McDonald's or see Burger King or Dunkin' Donuts. You're gonna see, your place, the Utica Coffees of the world, all the you know what I mean? Like, just hyper local. Right now we're growing it to where we wanna integrate it into, like, the ChatGPT system, so then you can actually, like, pull up AI ChatGPT instead of just going to our website and go to ChatGPT and say, "Let me order from Calabria, 6 whatever it is."
yeah.
So we're working on that, but right now we have 4 or 5 different local businesses on the network that you're able to order pickup from with, 0 convenience fee or commission. So it's just literally whatever the price is on the website, that's what the price is that you pay.
Yeah.
So we're trying to grow that and get as many small businesses on there as we can to kinda weed out not weed out, but utilize our local platform and keep the money local rather than give it to the big tech companies.
Right. Because yeah, there is, like, substantial fees and
Exactly,
percentages,
exactly.
with anything that's anything that's not community driven, right? Anything that's
Yeah,
community driven, if
no,
it's, like, a big corporation, they're gonna charge all the fees.
exactly,
They are gonna try to take a piece of
exactly.
your business, which
And that's the thing too, it's like, if I wanna order food from down the street, I shouldn't have to pay 30% commission to a big tech company that has nothing to do with Utica.
Right.
I mean, I know that's the norm now with these
Yes.
different, apps and the convenience of them, but we found a way to kinda keep the money local, and we're building it. We're working out the kinks, and not the kinks, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
We're working out everything we can with the
Well,
platform.
anything that's tech.
Yeah,
Anything
and
tech
I'm
you
not
have to,
tech
like,
guy.
go through.
I'm a
Yeah.
marketer. Like, I'm the glue. I'm like the bridge between the people and the network.
Yeah.
Uj is he's kinda been the brain behind the whole operation, and he's the one who kinda built it, but I'm the one who's kinda pushing it now and marketing it to, other small business owners locally. And we're not putting any pressure on anyone. If there's someone who sees a value in it, sees
Yeah.
a vision, and wants to be a part of it, then those are the people we wanna work with. We don't wanna make you think like us, or we're not operating out of that mindset.
Right.
It's whatever works
Like,
for
it's
you.
like
Yeah,
to benefit
yeah,
people if they feel like it would
if
be a good tool
if
for
you
them.
if you feel pitch in it and it sounds like something that works for you, then we wanna work with you. But if you hear it and you're like, "Nah, maybe it's not for us right now, but maybe it's something we could, revisit," then that's fine too. We don't wanna put anything on anyone. We want the organic, you know what I mean? There's no pressure, and that's with everything I do in the marketing and media space. I wanna work with people who wanna work with me, so I don't put any pressure, or it's up to that you know what I mean? I try not to, just let it flow, organically.
Well, I was gonna say on that, I feel like that's a great way to go about it. For the
Absolutely.
first, like, 4 years of us being open, we didn't do any advertising, we were just all word of mouth. We wanted to grow organically and
That's a smart way to do it.
just kind of. I mean, it takes time
Absolutely.
just like, it takes a minute for people to,
No, for
build
sure.
that awareness, but I definitely feel like that was the right way for us to do it.
Absolutely.
As their right way, some people, like, start right out the gate, and now obviously social media and,
Oh,
like, the
100%.
content creation is so much bigger than it was 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
So, with TikTok and everything it just is exploding in that way where the digital realm of marketing and advertising is so crucial to business operations.
No, you're right. You hit it right on the head, and branding is everything now. People don't realize how simple of a video or content you can create that can have a huge impact in
Yeah,
today's, like, day and age. It could be as simple as you guys just pouring a coffee, but it's you guys,
yeah,
like, the branding. It's not a robot. It's not what I mean? There's something people always need people.
yeah,
Those are that's what resonates most, that human connection now more than ever, because everything, I mean, you see it online. You see the AI flyers, you see everything. You can tell almost if
yes.
something's, like, AI generated, like, you
Well,
just
and
tell.
even the videos now, they have videos that are, like,
It's like, "This isn't
looking
real."
people, but they're not.
Real.
Not real, and yeah, I think the biggest thing is with any business is just being, like, uniquely you, presenting whatever that version if you're a person and you're marketing yourself or products that you have,
Sure.
just you have to stay true to who you are and your branding and
Yeah.
like, you can't try to please everyone. One thing that I do feel like is important, though, is being positive because I feel like
Absolutely.
there's so much negativity on social media, and
You're right, because that's a lot of the reason why I do what I do too, because social media can be like a toxic, like, negative place. So we,
Yes,
even with Eat Local and Love Living Local, we try and pump as much positive content. That's why all the stuff we do is feel good content.
mhm,
It's stuff that makes people laugh, make people smile, share it with your mom. Like, we intentionally operate that way because we know how nasty of a place social media can be. These algorithms are it's wild. It's just crazy the world we're living in. So it's on us, the people, who are consuming and who are putting it out there to keep it positive and don't deviate from that,
yeah,
you know?
I
Stay true
agree.
to who you are. That's important.
Well, even with your platform, you had something you were blocked from your account because of it was AI.
Yeah, so I'll explain that real quick. So I like going back to the event covers and stuff that I do in the community. I was covering a local basketball tournament at a park in Utica, and two teenage rival gangs actually came to the event, and we had to end the event abruptly. Like, the cops were there, there was police presence, but they weren't able to gain control. So we were just like, all right, listen, it's over, it's done. So I still made a recap video, like a positive video of all the positive moments that happened that day, put it out there. But in the caption, I let it be known that, an isolated incident ended this event abruptly. And in the hashtags, I put stop the violence, put the guns down. And Meta AI, it literally it triggered Meta AI to think I was promoting gun violence. When in reality, I'm doing the complete opposite.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if they look at my network, look at my page, the problem is Meta AI isn't a person. They
Right.
kind of just react and ask questions later.
Mhm.
So they froze my account literally for a week. And I had no idea what was going to happen because when Facebook support, you can't contact a real
Oh, they
person.
make it
So you
impossible
got to
to
talk
do
back and
that.
forth with a robot. And
Yep.
what I learned from this experience being away from it for a week on Facebook, I had to get verified. Like, make sure my account's safe because that's really the only way you can ensure you'll be able to talk to Facebook support
Oh, wow.
or
That's
Meta.
something.
Yeah, so I wanna share that
You
with
have
people.
to pay
Yeah, you
to
gotta
be
pay. It is a
verified.
monthly subscription, but it's honestly just a peace of mind and knowing that if something happens, you'll be able to talk to a person. It's basically insurance.
Yeah.
So if you're running a business through your social media, I encourage you to get verified. Like, if you're monetized, if you're generating an income or money, get verified. It's like so I got this standard package, it's like $16 a month,
Yeah.
and that's not you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
To
that's
make sure that I'm
yeah.
good and have the support if this were to happen again, I think it's crucial. So I encourage any creator, anyone, any small business owner, anybody running a, um, social media presence and platform, verify yourself. Just get verified just to make sure you're covered. It's basically because without it, you're driving a car with no insurance. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. And that's how it was explained to me, and now I have that peace of mind. Hopefully, it won't happen again, but that was definitely a learning experience, because I was at a point, and I'm still at that point where it's growing, and I've got so much momentum with this, and I feel it. So that little week, even though it was a week, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, my anxiety
Yeah, you're, like,
yeah, I
flowing
think
with it, right?
network partners, there's people paying me to create content for them and leverage my built-in audience,
You
and
don't have, like, you're out of
yeah.
control in the situation.
There's nothing in it. I'm like, "Bro, I can't talk to a robot." So, luckily, it only lasted a week, but, that was definitely a learning experience,
Yeah.
and it makes you think, man, nothing's promised. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You gotta one day at a time,
Yeah.
kinda just, roll with it, focus on what you can control, but that was definitely yeah. Get verified out there.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, get verified.
Well, it's like you have to take precautions as a business owner. I mean, we could tell any advice we would give to business owners, always take it one day at a time. It's like you're gonna have good days and bad, and you're not in control of everything. So there's stuff that's gonna come up that you weren't expecting, and
For sure.
it's gonna feel, it's not always positive things. And sometimes you just have to be like, you have to stay positive though, even in the midst of a negative situation, and you have to try to make the best of it and just do what you can
Absolutely.
and go from there.
And that's what I try not to panic. You know what I mean? If you panic, then it's like your mind's scatterbrain and
Yeah.
it doesn't help the
No, it doesn't
situation,
help.
and probably your blood pressure goes up. It's just not worth it.
Easier said than done, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
No,
like when you're in it, when you're, like, in it, you're
yeah.
like, it feels like the worst case
Well,
scenario.
listen, initially when that happened, I had no idea what was gonna happen because there was no communication from Facebook. All it said was, "Your account suspended 180 days. Appeal here, and we'll be in
Yeah.
con" I'm like, "What?" Like, and then so I hit appeal, and it's like, "Okay." So you're basically, like, in a queue.
Yeah.
So, like, Meta, whenever they get to you and look, thankfully,
Yeah.
in a week's time, they got to me, but, yeah, that was a crazy experience. And then it's crazy because if you look at my history and you look at my profile and platform, it's all
All positive.
community driven,
Yes.
not even, like, in a fake way. It's like, it's genuinely like, I'm
Highlighting
genuinely me.
yeah, highlighting
Yeah,
other
like,
businesses and
there's a
people,
pattern.
and
It's consistent.
yes, yep.
Like, it's not so I think the people who really know me know. And that's another thing. That week I was off, I got so many messages. People showed me so much love, and that kind of validated what I was doing and what I'm doing to keep going. You know what I mean? Because it's huge. It's making a I knew my reach was, like, out there, but I didn't realize it until this happened.
Yeah.
How many people, like, genuinely, like, they love Keith Brown, and
Yeah.
it's I appreciate that because 'cause I've come a long way with this.
Well, I think it goes to say because you're not focused on just Keith Brown, though. That's
Yeah.
focused on you're pouring yourself into the
Exactly.
community,
You
into
said it right.
supporting like local businesses and highlighting, you know, what they're doing and also like giving back to the community and helping to mentor kids and all of that is so like I said, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
These things you're doing, it may feel like these are just small micro moments, but over time it creates a domino effect. And I think that reach goes so much farther than sometimes we realize when you take the time to really be like a positive light for people.
Right, I had no idea, and then it's real you know, it goes back I mean, I was raised by a single mother, you know, low income. My mom was a social worker, though, so she worked with people. I got to see her all the time, work with people, give back. So, like, that just was, always in me. You know what I mean? That was the model I saw. So, like, for me now I was meant to serve people in some capacity, whether it be working with the kids, whether it be when I was a butcher working in retail, whether it be what I'm doing now in media and marketing, you know, with these different platforms and what I'm doing with this content. It's for the people. So that's why I like Community Lens Media, powered by people. Like it just sticks. It means something, you know? I'm just running with it, having fun.
And if people wanted to follow you, do you wanna tell them your
Yeah.
or where
So
you're
I'm
at?
at Community Lens Media on everything: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm even on LinkedIn with Community Lens Media, YouTube, but also my personal page, Keith Brown, on Facebook and Instagram. But most of the stuff that I do is on the Community Lens Media under that moniker. So you can find anything for Keith Brown or Community Lens Media on any of the platforms that exist on socials.
And what's your favorite thing to do when you're not creating content and giving back to the community?
You know what's crazy? It's gonna sound crazy because it kinda still goes with it. I love coaching. I love coaching. I mean, I know that kind of falls under that same umbrella, but I don't always have a lot of time to get back to I don't have any kids of my own. So when I get and around the kids that I coach in basketball or whatever the sport is, that's what I love, you know, pouring into them, you know, the next generation, even with the creators, the young teenagers that I work with that are wanna learn content creation. I love those moments, you know, they're because 'cause they're like sponges, and it's fun when you tell them something or you teach them something and you see them actually implement it. I mean, you guys are parents, so I know you guys know
Yeah.
those moments. I experienced those as a coach, you know, because 'cause I'm not a parent yet, and that's what I enjoy, you know, I enjoy that. And I enjoy just my peace. I know it sounds like corny or cliche, but like just being in a quiet space, maybe reading. You know, it's wild. People don't know me to be a bookworm, but that's something that I do in my quiet time. I read a lot. I write a lot. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do to kind of stay sane.
I feel like protecting your peace is so important, though.
That
That's
it's
not a small thing, especially because
so important.
with social media, the way of the world currently, I feel like everything is so loud and it's so divided and so negative.
Yeah,
It's so important to shut off, like, shut all that out,
yeah, unplug.
focus on your inner peace and things that bring joy and happiness, and it can
Absolutely.
be with the people that you surround yourself with and, like, just the moments or things that, like just for yourself
Yeah.
that, like,
No, I agree.
you
I
know
agree. I think it's crucial. I think it's crucial more times than not. I mean, I sit in silence sometimes and just to like work out everything from the day. You know what I mean? Like take like 15, 20 minutes and or even journal. I journal. I write. Like if you walk into my apartment, you see a big whiteboard, all these different thoughts on it. You see notebook script like I'm writing down
Yep.
thoughts. Call me crazy, but it's like it helps so much.
No, I
So much,
Yep,
you know, letting it out in a way that just helps your mental. I think mental health is so important, you know, especially now,
I agree.
you know?
There's just, yeah, a lot of negativity. I write music, so that's
That's amazing.
outlet,
That's amazing.
writing,
Yeah, you
lyrics.
like a if there's a vibe about you too, like, it's just like just very, like, welcoming, like,
Yeah.
yo, they're chill. You know what I mean? Like, there's something just
Yes.
very chill about you guys, and
Well,
I love that.
I think too, I just know, like I said, it's not even just the way of the world today, but everyone has their own stuff going on and everyone has their own battle they're fighting. And when we created this space, one thing that was like so important to me was like, I wanted to have a space where anyone could walk through the doors and feel like this could be a bright spot for them, that they see a smiling face and they feel welcome and
I
seen
love
and like
that.
heard. And like, I just feel like sometimes it's like people are like staring at their phones. You're not looking into that
Right.
person
You're right.
into and actually like looking at someone, like, "How are you?" But genuinely, like, meaning it, like, "How are you?" Like, I feel like
Real.
not everyone
No, you're
gets
right.
that, and or, like, just facing discrimination and the like,
No, you're right.
just being able to come in somewhere and be like, "I can just walk in there and be myself and just relax," and,
That's important.
and
You
it's
guys
like
got it. You got it. No, that's important. You're right. You're right. That's the world we're living in. You need places that you can go and feel comfortable and kinda I don't have any hair, but let your hair down. You know what I mean? Like
if I
those
had
moments. Yeah, no,
Bach
this is one of those moments. You guys have definitely created an environment here that I feel that vibe. I
Thank
feel
you.
that vibe.
Thank you, I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
don't overthink it. Like, this is incredible. I walk in and like I told you, there's a smell, the aroma, that matters.
Yeah.
You walk into some places and I'm like, "Yeah, we gotta leave."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just and you don't wanna be rude, but it's like, this is a welcoming atmosphere, and, I'm glad it exists.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely, for sure.
Any other like, I know we touched on, like, different projects. Was there anything that you wanted to touch on that you didn't? Because I know you're, like,
Yeah, I'm all
so
over
many different
yeah, I
things.
know.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure there wasn't anything that we missed.
So, I mean, aside from the Level and Local, we got the Coaches Corner, so I'm interviewing all the local coaches that I can, connecting and just building rapport with them, and then even with, eLocal 315, we're still, doing pizza and wing reviews, going to local food places, spotlighting them, and then everything I'm doing with Community Lens Media, I mean, it's ongoing every day. I'm creating new content. I started a new segment, Community Cravings, and it's basically I spotlight a different food place, breakfast, lunch, and dinner 3 times a week. So I pick 3 different spots every week for breakfast, or a different spot for lunch, or a spot we can go to for dinner, and that's been cool. People have been loving that. They've been very receptive of it. But this short film, Oh Utica, when this comes out and I put it out there, I think people are really gonna enjoy this 'cause it's me in another light that people haven't seen, and I put my like I said, this is like a 6, 7-year thing, started during COVID, so I got clips from COVID a part of this,
Wow.
literally. So it's huge. This is a big moment for me with that. But aside from that, every day I'm creating and building and growing, you know?
Well, before I let all my guests go, I always ask, "What's your go-to coffee drink?"
I figured you were gonna ask. So I got the cold brew. I like the cold brew. So depending on the time of year, I like the cold brew like summertime, obviously because it's, chilled with a little vanilla. Just a little sweet taste, but black, simple. I'm very, very simple. I don't want all the cream. I don't want all the
Yep.
I just need a little jolt. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Because you could appreciate a cold brew, the flavors. There's just
The
yeah, there's something
Kevin.
rich and
Yeah.
just classic about it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You
So
don't need to do too much.
yeah, that's Keith Brown to a T. You know what I mean? So that's definitely my go-to. But I tried the matcha. I don't like any of that.
Yeah.
It's too much. I just need a cold brew. Someone
Like
gave me a matcha. They brought it somewhere. I forgot. I was like, nah, I don't need that much sweetness, bro.
well, matcha, I feel like is very, like you have to have a specific, like that's very specific taste. Like,
Oh, okay,
if
that's
you're
what it
not like
is.
a matcha
Popular on social media.
I feel like there are people who are matcha drinkers and there are people that are coffee drinkers. There are some people that do both, but I feel like it's a little bit more one or the other
Okay.
sometimes with
Yeah,
that.
listen,
So it's
you
it's really distinct.
I gotta try a matcha here. I haven't tried one here, but someone brought it to me and I was, I just like the cold brew, man. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on today and
Appreciate you.
sharing, your story and everything that you're involved with currently. I think what you're doing is amazing. I can't wait till your film comes out. You're gonna have to let me
Absolutely.
know. I'd be happy to
Absolutely.
share it on our
For
page
sure.
too,
For
just
sure. I'll keep you
create
posted.
awareness.
Keep you guys posted.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you again so much.
Listen, keep doing what you're doing too. This is amazing. Keep growing it. And I'm glad that I could be a part of this.
Thank you.
For sure.
And thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And we'll catch you next month.